The National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA as it's commonly known, establishes the budget for the U.S. military. But the massive bill also has many other provisions with major implications for your freedoms. And last night, the Senate unanimously passed the defense spending bill in a 98-0 vote. Now, we've compiled the top 5 things you should know about this more than $631 billion bill. And at number 5, contractor agreements. This is thanks to an amendment sponsored by Senator Ron Wyden. And what it does is require the Pentagon to disclose when it enters into indemnification agreements. And this is where one party agrees to protect another party from being sued. An example is the KBR, the largest military contractor. A Portland jury ruled that it must pay $100 million in damages for exposing veterans to toxic chemicals. But the company is now suing the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers because it says it's protected by an agreement with the Pentagon. And at number 4, Cyber Combat Command. This would require the Pentagon to consult lawmakers if it wants to raise U.S. Cyber Command to an all-out combatant command. In other words, Congress needs to know when warfare is shifting from cyber war to actual war. And at number 3, embassy security. This provision would authorize up to 1,000 Marine Corps personnel to provide security at U.S. embassies. This, of course, is in the wake of the tragedy in Benghazi, where a U.S. ambassador was among the Americans killed in what was later determined to be a terrorist attack. And at number 2, veteran mental health. The suicide rate among members of the military is skyrocketing. This past year, there were more veteran suicides than total soldiers killed in Afghanistan and Iraq since those wars started. An amendment to the NDAA would create a comprehensive suicide prevention program. It would increase accessibility to mental health counseling in the Department of Defense and help mental health care providers get better training. And in at number 1, a Gitmo detainee transfer ban. Now, this one is raising the most concern in the White House. This provision would permanently ban the transfer of detainees from Guantanamo Bay to the U.S. Now, the White House has threatened to veto any restrictions on its ability to transfer prisoners to other countries, and that is exactly what this bill does. Well, now that the bill has passed the Senate, it goes to a joint conference between the House and Senate before it heads to the president's desk for his signature. And as you've seen, many aspects of it are controversial, so it's likely its current form could change. In Washington, Liz Wall, RT.